I guess anybody who's on their own journey knows these very basic things, and it often sounds cliched, but just stay motivated, be focused, and enjoy what you do because that's really how I go about doing things. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And perseverance, sincerity, those are very important in order to take anything forward in life. It could be your career, it could be your life, family, anything.
Okay, alright.
Hi and welcome to Startup Story Spotlight, a series where we feature various early stage innovative founders and discuss about their business, its working and functioning. In today's episode of Spotlight, we have the founder of LoveChange, Ms. Dhirta, live with us. LoveChange prides itself in working with only organic, ethically sourced and exotic hand-woven fabrics dyed only using natural herbal dyes with transparent supply chain. Hello, welcome ma'am. How are you doing?
Hi, Shubhangi. I'm doing well. Thank you very much for having me on board, and I'm very excited. So let's get started.
Sure, it's a pleasure to have you, ma'am. So, you started as a jewelry designer in 2009 and worked as a fashion designer at various companies, and then found this company along with your co-founder Aditya, who was a construction manager at the age of 25. Then went on building $1 million real estate industry. So, how did you two find each other, and what led you to bring that shift in your stream and then founding a clothing brand in 2017?
Actually, the story dates back a long time because jewelry designing is something I started off with. As you're aware of, that's what I was qualified in. And I started off working with a number of buying houses and export houses. Then slowly, you know how work is, you graduate to other forms of designing. So I moved on to fashion designing for garments and export companies and buying houses. And then after that, Aditya and I actually have been friends for a very long time. We are married to each other. So it was kind of something when LoveChange picked up, and it kind of started. He started showing some interest in the brand, and it was exciting for him because he was coming from this background of construction and real estate, and I being a designer and working with weavers across India. So it was something very interesting for him. So he wanted to be a part of this journey with me. So that's when we actually started working together, and that's how we actually merged when it comes to LoveChange. Which was much later for him because wrapping up construction, which is a totally different sector compared to fashion, and then coming on board with LoveChange, that was quite a transition for him. He's still learning a lot with me, but he is more into the business front of things, and I'm into the design, sourcing, procurements, everything else. So that's our journey so far.
All right, that's great to know. If you could tell us in brief about your company and what kind of niche does it cater to?
So, as you're aware, we work with weavers from across India, handloom weavers. The niche for LoveChange started with handloom weavers. So, that is an industry which deserves a lot of attention, the artisans of India, because most of the fabric, which is bulk made in factories and machines, so the art is completely lost. We have beautiful fabrics in India. We have ikat, we have jamdani, and there's just to name a few, and they're all hand woven fabrics. The journey with LoveChange started off with weavers from Ahmedabad, West Bengal, and it all started with kind of getting them on board first because their art is so beautiful, and to just represent that through my designs was something so exciting. That's where it started, which is where the whole idea, also the concept of slow fashion comes in, because productions for handlooms take much longer because it's woven by hand and not by a machine. So you literally have a weaver sitting on a manual loom, on a framed loom, and weaving that fabric in daylight. And obviously, we firmly believe in fair wages and daylight working hours. So that's where the concept came in. From there, we graduated towards a different kind of fabric. So it's just everything that is good for the environment. So whatever that really is being made, and if it goes into the soil, it doesn't pollute our water bodies. It will not pollute the soil. So nothing synthetic. All the fabrics are biodegradable. So when the garment life is done, it's not going to cause any disadvantage in any way to the environment. So that's the main thing, the main agenda behind LoveChange.
Right. And good that you pointed out, because I too had done a story on clothing industry and how it has been now, churning a massive amount of waste in all dimensions due to overproduction and selling. Upcycling is one of the simplest solution that I feel should be adopted by all of the major clothing industries. How do you feel about this, and how is LoveChange contributing to take an action towards it, since your company too speaks about sustainability?
So all the fabrics are very high quality. They are very robust. So the deterioration isn't really there because they are, made on a hand loom with high quality yarn. So what we've started doing now is that the production which is left, which is last seasoned, and for example, there is a style which is not doing very well anymore, we are literally pulling it apart, and piece by piece, and refurbishing and making new garments, entirely new garments out of those. So we are upcycling our products. The other thing that we do is that whatever fabric is left over, we use that for our packaging materials. So we have pouches. When our garment goes to a customer, they get a pouch, a LoveChange pouch, to securely keep their garment, so that after all, maintenance of a garment is also something that you have to keep in mind. So if you're not wearing it, and we specialize in resort wear, so that's something that happens mostly when you go on holidays or vacations or during summer. So the winter months, how to take care of them. So we give these cloth pouches which are made of upcycled, all the fabric that is left over. So that's nearly zero waste. We've just introduced Relove onto our website, where a consumer who has bought a product from LoveChange, and if they're sort of done with it, there are times that you've worn this outfit a couple of times and you feel like, I don't want to wear this anymore. What do I do with it? It's so beautiful, and it's expensive. I've spent money on it. So we have this option to resell that garment on our website.
So if you could tell us the exact process that goes behind, your designing and then production, how exactly does it look like?
Okay, so since I am the head designer, I conceptualize all the designs. I do all the procurements. I select all the color palettes for the season. And so then there is definitely, that level of confidence that I have with the experience that I have that this product will sell. But taking you through the process, I'd say that literally the process. So first we start off with the basic designing, mood boards, color concepts, and seasons, and trends. And then we put it all together and we create a line of 8 to 10 garments, since we don't want to blast the customer with so many styles. It's not a fast fashion brand, we are a slow fashion brand. We don't churn out new styles every season like that. Also, that's just to add there a bit, we have a lot of styles that I have carried on for 2 to 3 years in brick and mortar stores. So that's something that my entire focus is usually on something that somebody can wear on a long-term basis, like a timeless design, something that doesn't really go out of fashion, as we call it, right? So then taking you through the process, if there is we've got our tailoring unit here in Goa, because I believe that everything should be nearby, everything should be local. So my team works here. I've got a unit in Goa in Porvorim, and the tailoring unit comprises mainly of small households because that generates employment. So we have employed households where there is a master tailor, and then they have some people who can do handwork and embroidery and other things. So essentially all the adults in the household are employed under LoveChange. So that's another thing that we are adding to generating employment. Apart from the hand weavers that I spoke about earlier, we are trying to localize the whole thing. Then we go through the process of dyeing. As you already know, we go through the herbal dyeing process, and then finally the garment is all ready, and then we are in stores and then there's people who want to buy it. That's pretty much it. That's how it goes.
All right. Your stores are based out in all over India, or only in Goa?
So, no, we are in Goa, and we are so primarily we started off with Goa. We have also expanded to Bangalore. We are also working with a brand in Dubai, so our products are stocked there as well. So we have expanded. There has been good growth, and we are looking at expanding now to Delhi and other places because that's where I really am from.
Right. Great to know. So this is something that I was very curious about, and I've often noticed this with various companies, is that doing anything environmentally friendly or sustainable always ends up being equated with luxury, which tends to portray that sustainability cannot be afforded by not so affluent economic strata. So and LoveChange too is a luxury brand. So if you could answer this to me, what do you have to say about this?
Absolutely, and that's a really good question because I get that question a lot. Why sustainable? Why luxury? I understand that. I totally understand where a person is coming from when they want to know why am I spending such a premium amount for this product and why is it luxury? So no, actually, sustainability is not always equated to luxury. There are sustainable fashion brands out there, which I can name a number of them really, who are very, very moderately priced, at the same time are doing a great job in sustainability. Why we call ourselves and our price premium as a sustainable luxury brand is because we are using very high quality expensive fabrics, which are in fact costing us that amount of the input is there. So and also when the dyes are concerned, so natural dyes, it's easier to say that we are naturally dyeing our products. The care, the color fastening for the process is more expensive. The whole process itself for LoveChange is slightly more premium, and especially when it comes to fair wages. Now when we speak about fair wages, and I don't mean just basic fair wages, I mean wages which are acceptable, reasonable, which can allow a household to run. If a tailoring unit, which are households, and because we are a boutique brand, right? So we are obviously focusing from the grassroots level with whoever's working with us in our supply chain. So we are actually paying them the amount that they deserve to be paid, which means that our product price comes up automatically, right? And definitely we are providing our customer what we say we are providing them. We are giving them a premium quality product, a really high quality fabrics, which are hand spun, hand woven, and which are naturally dyed, which is why we call ourselves a sustainable luxury brand. So that's our niche. We've introduced this a very interesting feature on our website now for a similar question that you have, because it's a question, like I said, we get a lot. So I have introduced this thing called product traceability. So we are not just calling ourselves a sustainable luxury brand and saying, okay, we are selling this product for 12,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees. Now, what you can do is you can go onto our website and you see this product over there. You can simply just trace the QR code and see the entire supply chain of where the product is coming from and what the process has been. So the question is already answered for our customer when they're coming on and saying, okay, hey, why? So there you go, so we're making it more and more transparent and accountable as a brand. So that's the added feature.
Right, I think for brands like...
Because it's actually a very, very legit question. So it's a person's right as a consumer to want to know more about it, and so we're trying to just make it as accountable, as traceable as possible. So that's the idea behind it.
Right. For the company to be transparent in the process and for the consumer to know why and where their money is going into is something that does play a good role in the company. So, yeah. Also, yeah, the company started in 2017 and it's been 5 years now. How has the journey been and what kind of shortcomings did you face? I mean, given that the pandemic hit during this journey.
The way the rest of the country was affected by the pandemic, initially Goa wasn't, luckily. So things were pretty okay over here. We did not have the kind of lockdown that other cities had to face, unfortunately. So we did fairly well. We didn't see a downside at all during the pandemic. I guess we just got lucky. And the conversions were good, and that gave us a heads up during that time. And we knew what to do next, because during that time everything was standstill, right?
That again was good. Towards the end of this meeting, any last message you'd like to leave for our audience or our young entrepreneurs?
Well, I'd just say that it's I guess anybody who's on their own journey knows these very basic things, and it often sounds cliched, but just stay motivated, be focused, and enjoy what you do, because that's really how I go about doing things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And perseverance, sincerity, those are very important in order to take anything forward in life. It could be your career, it could be your life, family, anything. Even a spiritual journey, perseverance and sincerity. So that's pretty much all I'll say.
Right. So perseverance, sincerity, and having the patience to learn all about the things that you want to do, so that you've given your all to the things that you want to do.
Yeah, patience is very important, and I think I have my fair share of patience, because my name means patience. So so yes, patience is very important, and perseverance along with that, definitely.
Right.
So, yeah.
With that, we come to the end of this episode. That was a conversation with the founder of LoveChange, Ms. Dhirta. We sure did learn a lot from the company's journey and are leaving a great insight. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was an honor to have you.
Thank you so much. It was really fun talking to you, and thanks a lot. Have a lovely day.